Do you really want to live? What does living mean to you? After the high holidays and the observance of them and connecting with them, life has to be reconfigured in a way where we understand what is life really all about. After Rosh Hashanah, we have claimed that now we have a clearer perspective on life. We have a closer connection to our Creator. However, this clear perspective isn't enough. Having our own mind wired and prepared to live isn't enough to teach our children what we value. We must be example ourselves. Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to the entire Jewish people in this Parshas Vayelech, to men, to women, and children. And one may ask, why bring the children? They're so young. They don't understand. They're not on our level. They make a lot of noise. They're going to disturb us. They're going to disturb our concentration. But yet, all men, women, and children were commanded to come and listen to Moshe Rabbeinu as he explains and gives over what true life and living is all about, connection to the Creator. Rabbi Simcha Sissel of Kelm says, even though the children do not understand what is being said, just being there when the king reads the Torah in the presence of the entire nation will have a major influence on the child for the rest of his life. He gains an experience of how important the Torah is for the entire people. Every experience makes an impression. Make certain to give your children many positive Torah experiences. Now, Rebbe Tzimim Mizrahi's daughter shared with her a portion of a book about the Holocaust that she was reading. And there, they were discussing how the Rebbe Klonsberg, stood surrounded by a crowd of survivors and together and recited Vidui, which is a confession prayer. This was a prayer that they recited after the Holocaust on Yom Kippur. So these are the survivors. And this is what he said. We're guilty, but did we do anything that made us guilty? Whom were we able to rebel against in the Holocaust? Did we have what to steal? We didn't have the strength to speak badly against others. Right then and there, before he finished praying, he closed the prayer book. And he said, this vidui is not for us. But there is one confession that we must make to the Ribbona Shel Olam, the Creator. We are guilty because on many mornings we woke up and wished to die. We're sorry, Hashem, that we didn't value enough the gift we call life. In Israel, the Remembrance Day is called Yom HaZikaron. Rabbi Tzimim Mizrahi usually gives over a lecture to the women who lost their children in battle. And she tells them, when we hear the siren, when these mothers hear the siren on Remembrance Day, they say to themselves, how tragic, how much more these children could have been, and they died at such an early age. What potential they really had. You know, on Rosh Hashanah, when we hear the shofar, and the shofar is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for us to tell ourselves, wow, the year has passed, how much I could have done differently, how much could have happened. And we ask ourselves how much potential was wasted, and now the year has gone, the time is over. To the mothers of the fallen children, Rebbe Mizrahi said, I know you know how to mourn, because you mourn the deaths of your children. However, I also know you know how to give birth. Giving birth is a hope, is a survival, is a striving for the future, is an understanding that the future will come, capitalizing on the future, making the most of the future. What is the future? Our children. Our children are our future. We are here in order to show them what we value. Especially during the times of the year when we have a lot of holidays happening, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things happening. We have so much to do in so little time. We're caught up in shopping, meal planning, inviting, cleaning, cooking, you name it. What are we doing this for? Simply to observe this holiday? Or are we doing this for just to simply check off something on my to-do list? What are we truly doing it for? We are doing this to show our children what we truly value. Rabbi Lior Dahan was asked this question at one point. He was asked, how do we make the holidays more joyous to our children of all ages? How do we involve them more? We're so involved ourselves in cooking and cleaning and preparing and serving. How do we involve them more in to really internalizing in the holiday? And how do we make them more involved? And this is the answer, the profound answer that he gave. He said that when the children are 10 years old and younger, you give over joy of the holiday by doing things that they love, either playing games, engaging them with games, engaging them with trivia questions, and making it really fun and joyous. Now, if the children are over 10 years old, the way you give over true joy to the holiday is you become an example yourself. We always have to be an example. But children over 10 years old are especially good observers. They constantly tell us, well, I learned this from you. Well, you're actually falling asleep right after the meal. You don't always pray. You're always grumpy during the meal. Or what are our children really observing us? Are they observing us in a way where they see that we value the shiny linen tablecloth, that we're trying to make sure that the table is set with 15 salads and 5 gourmet meals, and I'm making sure that they're eating enough and they're clean and there's no stains on their new outfit. Many times we buy new outfits for our children on the holidays. And am I so stressed? Am I nitpicking on these types of details? What details are important to me? And it is definitely challenging. We have a lot on our to-do list, and it's not easy. But we must focus on what truly matters. We must focus on what we truly want to give over. That I'm not worried about these little things that are really not really making the holiday. I don't have to set a lavish table. It'd be nice to, but if it's going to cost the peace in my home, maybe I shouldn't. What am I trying to give over? I don't want to give over to my children that I'm stressed on holidays, that holidays are burdensome, that there's just so much to do, there's so much details, it's too much. I want to give over an atmosphere that's relaxed, calm, happy. I'm overlooking little things, little inconveniences, a wide threshold of okayness. Everything is okay. I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm relaxed. And who's most importantly responsible to make you happy and relaxed is yourself. Children should see a Torah observant home which is joyous and calm and not burdensome. So I'm going to give you a tip. What can you do in order to prepare for a more joyous and relaxing holiday? And here are a few tips. Maybe get an afternoon nap, buy ready-made salads or appetizers, get more cleaning help, delegate responsibilities, cook simpler dishes. And believe me, nobody will fire you from the kitchen for making a plain old roasted chicken. Maybe do potluck get-togethers. A personal story of mine is when I have this big cooking day to do, and we mothers, wives know that it's a lot to do, especially handling and juggling kids and preparing the house for the holiday. So what I like to do is I like to take time for myself that day, and I like to do it earlier in the morning so I know that I get that in through the day. So I knew the night before that I'd like to go for a run in the morning. I'd like to go exercise. And what happened was that morning I woke up, I was actually not feeling so well and I had a backache. But I wanted to get that relaxing time. I wanted to make time for myself. So what I decided to do is just go to the park anyway and just go for a walk. And I knew that I had to get that in. I knew that I had to um, come home more relaxed and ready to prepare for a day, a holiday with my children, with my family. So that's the gift I gave. I gave my kids that, this is more important, that everything should be relaxed. At the end of the day, the holiday won't be canceled. We won't cancel the holidays. We'll be prepared for them. Remember, our children pick up what is important to us. Is it the right cut of meat that was cooked wrong? Is it the wrong set of plates that was set up by the children? Is it the stain on the new outfit that I bought for them? Let's give the message of truth to our children. It is all found in the way that I live my life. I don't want to survive this world. I want to truly live it. I want to truly enjoy it. I take up space in this world. My Creator believes in me. I want to make Him proud. He invested in me. I want to live a life that inspires me and is inspiring and is worth living. So may we merit to transmit to our children and dedicate our lives to truly live the values of the Torah in a joyous way. May you, your loved ones, be inscribed in the book of life of true living. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming.